Hey, I'm Jason Kesser. You're watching Beach Channel Live, and I'm here with Jorge Charun. I'm super excited to be with this gentleman today because he's what I'm going to refer to from now on as the CEO of Salsa in Miami, if you'll permit me to call you that. One of the things that this gentleman has figured out is how to get everybody in Miami to dance salsa, know where to go, out in the open, and keeping this tradition that defines our city alive and thriving as well. Am I correct so far, Jorge?
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool.
Thank you so much for the invite. I really appreciate
I'm so
the
glad you're here,
invitation.
man.
I'm a big fan of the channel, and it's
Thanks,
an honor
man.
to be here. Thank you so much.
I think next we should do like a salsa instructional.
You know
Starting
what?
with me. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
That is a great idea. That is a great idea. I'll bring my boombox. I'll get dressed for the occasion. I'll bring a partner, and then we'll do our thing.
Yo soy un gringo, translating, I'm a gringo, pero un estudiante con un poquito sabor.
Uy,
I'm
habla
a
español.
student with a little, yeah, I'll probably speak more by the time we're done. Jorge, can I just ask you where you're from? Where's your background? Where's your family from? And what's your, this is your city now. Has it always been your city? Tell me about your background real quick.
Sure. I was born and raised in Peru, Lima, Peru.
Qué bueno.
Both my parents are from Peru, born and raised there, 100% Peruvian, proudly.
Sure.
And
Does that mean you serve?
I did not serve.
He's
I did not
gifted.
serve.
Well, it's like Lima's, in all fairness, a couple hours from the shore.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Like
true.
you gotta drive. So
that's true. Has
yeah,
some
yeah.
great memories. It's like I lived about 30 minutes or so from the beach growing up. So that's why I was so drawn to Miami.
Yeah, man. You have plenty of ocean now.
Plenty,
Yeah,
100%.
So you grew up in Lima, and did you grow up dancing?
Yeah, actually, my love for salsa started since before I could walk.
No
honestly,
kidding.
yeah. It's a beautiful story. My father played professional soccer in Peru and played for the national team.
How cool
as well.
is that?
And
What's his name in case anybody wants to look
his
him up?
name is Jorge Charun.
Okay, all right. That was
He
easy.
played for a bunch of teams, but one of my favorite teams, the one that I support, is called Alianza Lima in Peru. And played for Cristal, played for the national team. I had a lot of beautiful memories growing up.
That's magnificent. It must have been an amazing thing to create a childhood out of and to witness. Yeah, man, that's fascinating.
It was great.
It's a movie, bro.
Yeah, he's like my hero. Watching him on TV and running around after a soccer.
He's
ball,
my hero now. I just heard about him. And then, where'd the dancing come from? Did it come from your mom at all?
My mom loved to dance, and my dad was a collector of salsa music. Back in the day when in the year I was born. Fania was kind of like the record label Fania was kind of like huge with Hector Lavoe and Celia Cruz and Tito Puente, and a lot of those guys were coming out strong. And my dad was a huge fan, and he used to buy the vinyls. Remember the vinyls back in the day?
Of course.
So he was buying
And
the
to
vinyls.
know a record label like Fania, like it's a place to look up and research and go backwards.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. They are probably one of the most famous record labels to ever exist.
Do you know where they existed? Do you know where Fania was from? Was it from Cuba?
Fania is from New York.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah, they're from New York. A lot of people, there's a lot of controversy where salsa came from.
Yeah. No, I was talking about Fania's, where salsa came from is a totally different argument.
Yeah, no, 100%. So Fanny's from New York, and growing up, my dad used to bring the records to the house, play them for me, and then my mom would like dance, cleaning the house, and just like in the movies. It sounds crazy, but it's really how it happened, And so growing up, I was like very little, but I already knew the songs, and I would sing, and my dad would sit me down and say, the trumpet player is this guy, and this is the singer, and she left this band because the husband cheating on this woman, and then he left, and so a lot of interesting stories.
Were your parents like,
up.
oh no, he's dancing better salsa than he's playing soccer? Like,
You know
what?
what?
Are we gonna do?
I was dancing a lot. They used to make me dance for everything. So
Yeah.
my mom is like, you want cake? Dance. So they make me dance for everything. I'd be like, okay.
I got to be honest. I think like a couple of solid salsa moves could help you dribble in soccer.
You know what?
Like you could
100%.
or like back kick it and just get out of some situations. with some quick salsa instincts.
Yeah, if you can probably do the basic, do the step over the ball and then just take off.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know,
Twirl
take
and
off
pass,
with it.
bro.
That's what Neymar does probably, but with samba.
Right. Probably. When did you get to Miami, and what did you think when you got here and you saw what salsa was in Miami? Can you describe that to me at all?
Yeah, I moved to Miami about 20 years ago. I was in New York, living in New York for a couple of years, and then when I moved to Miami, I'm thinking Miami, huge Latin population. Of course, there's plenty of places to go salsa dancing, and unfortunately, that was not the case. So I moved down, and I noticed that there was not that many places to go salsa dancing at the time. There were a couple good places. There was one called Yucca on Lincoln Road that was amazing, and then here and there, but nothing consistent.
So this brings me to an interesting thing that I wanted to ask you ever since I heard I was going to interview you. Back in I would say about 20 years ago, even for a gringo, like I still knew where you could go and dance. But the way that we found places would be like through a friend or through a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
And you would end up in the strangest places in Miami, like in some warehouse, like in the back of the airport or something like that. And you'd be like, what? And then all of a sudden, like a paradise would open up.
Absolutely.
When the doors, opened. But it would be a place that would be so nondescript that you would never find. Like, is that how you found salsa being? Because that's what me and all my friends found. And we would go. We'd have to follow it.
Yeah,
But
actually, since I play soccer, when I came to Miami, I found myself a soccer league. And through the soccer league, I found friends. And then I found out who likes salsa. And I'm like, where can I go salsa dancing? And then they'll be like, I know a place. It's like you got to know somebody kind of thing. It wasn't like now that you can just grab your phone, look it up, Google something. And then
do you see how this man
famous
rolls,
places.
though? When I go into a new place, I want to be like, okay, I got in the soccer league real quick. Now where do I go dance?
That's how I made friends. That's how I used to make friends. I'll go when I went to New York. I went to soccer league. I was playing in Chelsea, and then that's how I made friends. All my
not
friends.
Just how you make friends, but obviously how you make cultural revolutions, dude. If you're keeping salsa alive, you're a part of that. So when you weren't able to find stuff, what was the first thing that you did? When did you start creating salsa events of your own?
I was going out to support some friends' events, so going back to my love for salsa in Peru growing up as a kid, I kind of picked up that hobby that my dad had of collecting music when I was a kid. I was already a music collector when I was 10. I already had my own collection of salsa music that I liked and my own artists growing up, and I never stopped. I always kept collecting music, and my repertoire of music basically just kept growing. And I used to go out dancing with my friends. One day, funny story, I went to one of my friends' events. The DJ had a car accident, nothing serious. His car kind of broke down, had a fender bender, and he needed somebody to kind of cover for the meantime. So I went to my car. You remember those iPods, the one that you used to have to plug in and with a wheel?
Yeah.
The ones that came out
you gotta slide it in.
18 years ago. Yeah. That's the one. So I plugged it into the speaker and I will just hit play. So that was my first DJ gig.
Oh my God.
They paid me with beer. I remember I had 3 or 4 Coronas that night. Had a great time. And they asked me to come back.
He has iPod DJing on his resume.
Yeah.
Difficult, where you miss the song and then all of a sudden you're doing the volume by accident. You're it's all one wheel, bro.
There's only one wheel. And you can hear the wheel just tick, 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 throughout the whole place. And I'm
people are wait, what's that
ticky
stuff?
Exactly.
Play the ticky.
So yeah, it was an interesting story. But
that's a great way to start.
That's how it all started, actually.
And did you after that? Did you start to create your own events? And how did that lead to? Because I want to tell everybody about Salsa Congress. First of all, it has an amazing name. Second, you have what I didn't used to find out behind the airport in the warehouses, which is everybody's outside. They're poolside. I think you said that they're on rooftops. And I think we could tell from maybe you brought some pictures, right?
Yes.
What Salsa Congress, which is so well branded, what that tends to look like. Now that's not on the sun right there. What's going on right there?
So that one is a venue that we have in Doral currently. It's a Thursday night. It is an open space. The place is called Chico Malo.
Chico Malo.
In Doral. just with the name makes you want to go,
You know?
right?
No, I want to go be a Chico Malo there.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have a lot of people going
not
there to
rude,
be a
not-
Chico Malo in a nice way.
In a nice way.
In a nice way.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Just a rude boy.
There's a lot of mystery to it. So that particular party is every Thursday. We host a bunch of parties here in Miami, but that one is every Thursday. We do a free salsa class at 9 p.m.
You open with a class?
We open with a free salsa class for everybody to come in, you know, beginner. So you don't have to be an expert. This is, if you can walk, you can dance. We say that all the time in the scene. And then after the class, we move on to the music. But it's a great way to break the ice, to meet new people. If you're new in the scene, if you're newly single, if you've been single for a while and you're ready to meet some new people, and it's not like walking into a regular club where everybody's looking at you kind of awkward.
Come on out, get off the couch.
This is
you're
more
sad
like,
you were single for a month. That period needs to end. Come on.
No, 100%. It's a very welcoming environment because,
and you know, salsa. I think you know this, and a lot of people in Miami do that. Salsa is incredibly inclusive, and a lot of people can do it. But when you open a great event like this, but you take like an hour to teach people, like that really allows people like a chance to maybe get on the dance floor that normally they would stand back and go like, I don't know how they're doing that. And it's amazing, but they're just going to watch and observe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
a lot
I
of
think
people
that's a great
come.
Secret.
No, 100%. A lot of people come and they just want to watch and observe at the beginning, but a lot of people are like, listen, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. Where coach put me in.
Yeah.
You know, they come in, they do the basic salsa class. They love it. And what we do is we rotate partners in the class. So you meet new people. You know, you say, hi, hey, how you doing? Next. And then next thing you know, you met, 10, 20 people in 30 minutes, which is cool.
And then you're
it
back
breaks
next
the
week.
ice, and then you're back to dancing again.
Yeah.
So,
What's going on right here?
I am a DJ, and I've been a salsa DJ for about 18 years now, and I get invited to DJ at different events. That one is an event in Hawaii.
And the iPod's still working?
Now I have all the legit stuff, that I needed. But that was an event in Hawaii that I did, and that they brought me to Hawaii. I'm going back again this year.
How did salsa feel in Hawaii, man? It must have felt amazing.
You know what? It's so surreal because you're thinking, salsa in Hawaii, why? And then you get there and there's like several hundred people there for an event,
Like salsa in Hawaii.
Exactly, salsa in Hawaii. And because of the festival that we host here, there's a lot of congresses that happen pretty much every weekend. There's a congress, sometimes multiple of them happening at the same time every single weekend somewhere in the world.
Very cool.
Somewhere in the world.
Wow.
Is Croatia, went to one in Croatia, Rovinj, Paris, Texas, Mexico City, Peru, Colombia, obviously, right? You're thinking, but then they have one like in Warsaw, Poland. That's one of the biggest ones.
That's insane.
5,000 people in Warsaw, Poland. So
that's crazy. How they do? How are the Polish at salsa?
But you know what?
I believe in you guys.
Yeah, no, they're more than polka. They're more than polka. The Polish are killing the game. So there's a lot of congresses in these exotic locations, and it's a lifestyle. A lot of people, kind of like Zumba. A lot of people say, Zumba. There's so many people doing it.
Bro,
but,
dressed like that and hosting like that in that picture right there, like I could see, like, I don't know. I want to salsa my way to the passport office so I can get to that party wherever you might be throwing it.
I appreciate it.
I do want to ask, like, for new people, I feel like there's a couple of things that might surprise people about salsa. And like as a gringo, but from Miami, like I learned these early, but I would imagine people wouldn't know some of this stuff. What do you think are like the 5 like salsa like rules of engagement? Like the first one I'd throw out is people probably don't know that you can dance with other people's girlfriends.
Absolutely.
You got to offer your own.
Absolutely.
There's a trade, you know what I mean? But it's okay. It's not like, I mean, you can basically in a salsa congress or wherever, you can dance with anybody. Do you feel like I'm right about that?
100%. Salsa is very social, and people that go salsa dancing, then they go because not only they enjoy dancing, but they enjoy dancing with different people.
Yeah.
And people in the community are very respectful.
It's so part of it.
They 100%.
Yeah.
You know, so they understand that. Listen, some people are here with other partners, but we're
Right.
here to dance, have a good time.
Yeah.
Connect,
Nobody's keeping their own
network.
person right here.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And if that guy dances with your girlfriend better than you, then go to the class.
Go to the class,
Yeah.
and you know, before you lose your girlfriend. Just kidding. No, that never happens.
I listed a couple. I think definitely don't step on a girl's toes.
Don't step on a girl's toes. Keep eye contact.
Eye contact is ojos.
Eye
guys.
contact. Smile.
Yeah.
Just
Smile and
be
eye contact is
friendly.
a really good one.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? The community is so inclusive. Nobody's expecting you to be a professional.
No.
You know, you come in, they understand. Hey, listen, if you're a beginner, we'll start with you at the beginner level. If I'm an experienced dancer and I'm dancing with a girl that's a beginner, then you know I kind of like go with the flow with what she can do, and as she gets better, then I start doing all my
For sure.
crazy moves. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah,
pull
yeah.
out the rose. Kidding, there's no rose.
And then also on the opposite, if you're a guy and you're not that experienced, I mean, I think you can stand back and let a girl spin, and you can just add flair,
Yeah.
like have presence. If you're not moving, like do it with some sabor, with some
Listen,
with some
you just do
flair,
the
bro.
shoulders. You know,
Yeah.
you just do the shoulders.
Lean
Have you ever
into
seen
it.
Along Came Polly?
Yeah.
And then moving when he's like, you know, Ben Stiller's doing his thing, and when he has his shirt open,
He
you
pulls it
know.
out. He
Yeah.
gets ripped for every comedy movie. I still don't know why Ben Stiller does that.
I don't know.
He always.
But
in
you
Meet
know
the
what?
Parents, he was in a
Memorable.
Speedo. That was for.
Memorable. He knows how to stay in the game, you know. Very smart.
But not
guy.
like the scuba guy.
Not like Stevie Scuba.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
his name.
Yeah. Scuba. he doesn't need salsa, bro.
No, I
He does
100%.
salsa under the sea.
100%.
Yeah, man. What? So I think that's a good like understanding for people that now can feel like they can be beginners, and that it's really relaxed and chill. I wanted to ask you to get on the more romantic side,
Sure.
to tell me a little bit about bachata, and like just explain what you think bachata is in comparison.
Bachata, like you said, is more of the romantic connecting. Salsa is more like, hey, I got moves. Bachata is more like, listen, nice to meet you. Come here. Let's have a family together, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right? Not that extreme, but it's
You're gonna
a-
end up with a family with whatever
you
guy
could
you
end up
pick.
with a family, but it's a great way to connect. It's a great way to meet people. Again, you know, is when people do it, they do it with respect. It's more about the art of the dance and learning. Bachata is just romantic, you know,
Sure,
but
sure,
it's
sure.
fun to dance. Now, there's different types of styles of bachata now. There's sensual bachata. There's the traditional that's been around for a long time, and
that
there's
would be
urban.
that would be DR. That would be Dominican Republic. you
Dominican
think?
Republic is the original.
We
you
can give
know?
them credit. Bachata credit.
100%.
Yeah.
So bachata came from Dominican Republic. Now it has evolved. You know, now you can listen to Justin Bieber bachata remixes. Believe it or not. You know, there's a lot of bachatas in English, and then you have the urban bachata, which
Bachata,
is
dude.
the You
I
have
don't want.
Go
I don't
ahead.
want to know.
Well, there's somewhere in between the two, which most people connect with, which is the urban bachata, the Romeo Santos, the Prince Royce, you know, where they stay somewhere between the new, but still kept some of the traditional.
For
So
sure.
it still feels like very bachata.
Yeah.
So Romeo is kind of like the Mark Anthony for bachata.
Gotcha,
you know?
gotcha.
So he can sell arenas, no problem.
These
like
are
that.
all good people, and I hope before we're done talking, you can just throw a couple of people at me, either salsa, old school or new, and
Sure.
bachata to check out, because you're a collector of music and you're an audiophile. So that's what we call you.
100%.
An audiophile, bro.
Audiophile.
Yeah. I'm not one. I know how to become friends with them, and then I don't have to do all that.
No,
Like, I just
that's
get-
very smart.
Yeah.
That's very smart. You just go straight to the source.
No, and I just
Very
type in your
smart.
Spotify and I'm finished, bro.
I say for salsa, there's so many that I love. I just got back from Puerto Rico from Dia Nacional. They have a whole day dedicated just to salsa. 20,000 people on a stadium all day, kind of like Woodstock,
Sure.
right? But for salsa, they take over the whole stadium, the baseball stadium in San Juan. I was just there with my wife. We had a tremendous time, and I saw a lot of the bands that were there were so amazing. And one of my favorites is no longer with us. His name is Hector Lavoe. They did a movie about him, and that guy was just something else. He was way ahead of his time. He was amazing. And then Mark Anthony, who actually played him in El Cantante, is one of the newer generation salseros that I will say is still holding it down.
He's holding it down.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like him, but most people do. Most people do.
People say I look like him. That's the only thing I don't like about him.
Can you sing like him? Can you do?
No, I tried to J-Lo, dude. She walked by and she was like, "You look like my," and I'm like, "I know." And then as I was singing, she left.
Wait, so you say that to J-Lo?
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. She walked up and she started to, but she was already like the 10th person that night. I was standing like I was working a bar in the back of an event, and he was on stage, but you could see him and me at the same time, and some people were. But wait, I'm like, no.
Are you the double?
It's not an illusion, unless you want it to be.
So how did it feel to meet J-Lo?
I wouldn't technically call it a meeting.
No?
She went through the kitchen. I'm there. She was like, "Hey, you kind of." I'm like, "I know." And she was like, "Okay." Like,
if that happened to me, I'd say I met her.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna claim it."
Hey, so I met J-Lo.
She pointed at me, looked at me, and talked to me. So we met.
I went, yeah, and also stuttered a little.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, she's stunning, right?
She's totally stunning. Yeah, never be within like 5 feet of that woman.
Can you believe she's 50?
No, she's just straight TNT. Yeah, walking through the building.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's incredible.
Absolutely.
Incredible.
But he
Big
was
fan.
doing amazing stuff on stage at that moment, too.
Yeah, I'm a
And
big
blowing
fan.
that.
I seen him live
Yeah.
a bunch of times, and I will see him live another 20 times. I will never be tired. of
Yeah,
his
we were
show.
that day. We were lucky to have him on South Beach.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this picture right now. Are those? Is that one of the congresses?
So that one is Bachateando Dance Festival. We host it once a year, and it's coming up.
once a year.
It's
All
only
right.
once a year. It's a festival. We have people that come from all over the world. They come for bachata.
And Jorge, which website do we check for that one so we can get dates on
That
all
one
this
is
stuff?
bachateandodancefest.com.
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 Perfect. And we're going to have the links for everybody like down below. So,
Yeah,
and that's
100%.
once a year? Is there a
That's-
reason you guys only do it annually?
Yeah, because there's a lot of production that's involved with it. There's a lot of time that requires to get it going, and also people look forward to it more when it's only
for
once
sure.
a year. I think when if you do it too often, people are like, there's another one coming in
For
a week.
sure. Yeah, but we like weekly salsa though.
Weekly salsa parties at a smaller scale, because this festival is we get about 2,000 to 3,000 people a night.
Yeah.
For that one, we do beach parties. Look at that. That's
It's
a headphone beach
absolutely
party.
massive.
Yeah.
Damn,
that
bro.
is-
You sure that's not ultra?
that is.
That's just salsa happening right there?
That is at Bachateando. That's a beach party. So you get your feet on the sand. That party starts at 4 a.m., 4 to 7 a.m. until the sun comes out. The sun comes out. You know, we're Latinos.
I know.
We're
I look.
Latinos. We don't mess
I guess
around.
the sun's rising right there in that picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sunrise party, and we do it 3 nights. We do it Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Que bueno. You got to sleep at the right times to be ready.
Who's
for it.
sleeping? There's
I don't
nobody
know.
sleeping. The pool party start at noon. So we go from noon all the way until 7 a.m.
There's one guy in that
Nonstop.
crowd, bro, laying on the floor,
yeah.
getting stepped on right now.
Yeah, the one
Everybody
guy-
else made it.
The one guy is like, listen, I wasn't ready for this. You know.
So, besides that one link that you gave us, are there any other links you want to throw out there to direct people's attention so we can go to your place? Where do we keep up with you?
There's right now our events. We have a bunch of local events that we host here on a weekly basis, and you can find out about that at MiamiSalsaScene.net.
MiamiSalsaScene.net.
.net.
I really can't wait, man. I will have to tell you, there have been times where I've moved out of town. Like I went to college in Gainesville.
Okay.
As an example, which is just up the road, but it feels very, very far away when you leave this culture. And I have to tell you, man, that there was always a salsa club. And we knew how to that was like church for everybody that was there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it was I'm not saying that Gainesville's in the middle of nowhere, guys, but everybody that was there that wasn't from Miami loved that place. We just knew where to gather, you know?
Yeah,
So
no, 100%.
we'll take salsa with us.
And the University of Gainesville has a salsa school. They have a salsa club.
I needed that
for the
then.
students.
Oh, bro, it wasn't
Do
there
you
when
know
I was
this?
there. No, bro.
It's called the Gator Salsa Club.
Oh,
In
where was
case
that
you
when I
didn't
needed
know,
it?
I don't know. Why didn't you call me?
I learned by stepping on toes, man.
They've been around forever, and they encourage the students to take salsa lessons, and they create a community within the students.
Well, please, if you can,
Yeah.
I urge you to just continue to teach as much salsa as you provide events that we can go to, and just thank you for being you, Jorge, and for doing what you do.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
I'll see you out there. I'll see you on the dance floor.
Thank you so much.
And I'll see
Thank
you
you for
guys out
having
there
me.
too. My name's Jason Kesser. This is Beach Channel Live. We had a great time here. We'll see you next time.